A year and a half ago, I took a big leap. I quit my job as a call center agent and decided to pursue art full time. It wasn't an easy decision, and honestly, I had no idea what I was doing at first. But along the way, I've learned so much, things that I wish someone had told me before I started. So today, I want to share 10 things I learned as a small business owner in the hopes that it helps you on your own creative journey. If you're new here, hi, I'm Rhea, the artist behind Twin Paper Studio. I make bookmarks and stickers and I share my journey as an artist and small business owner. Let's get into it. Start before you're ready. If you wait until everything feels perfect, you'll probably never begin. I didn't have the best tools, the perfect setup, or a clear plan, but I started anyway. And that decision changed everything. You'll learn so much more by doing than by waiting. Time management is key. There's always something to do. Designing, printing, packing, posting, replying to messages. Learning how to manage my time helped me avoid burnout and feel more in control of my day. I now plan small, achievable tasks and take breaks in between. I set a time for each task and move on when it's done. I even include breaks and cooking time in my schedule. It helps me stay on track and not waste time on things that don't really matter. Always be prepared even if there are no orders. I used to think it's more efficient to pack as orders come in. But now I always make sure my materials are ready, even when there's nothing in the queue. I remember once I got an order and was about to print on tracing paper, but suddenly my printer just wouldn't print. I spent the entire day trying to figure out what went wrong. That's when I realized prepping ahead of time really matters. Slow days happen, but instead of stressing, I use that time to prep. Cutting paper, restocking, designing, or just tidying up my desk. You won't feel creative every day, and that's okay. There are days when ideas flow so effortlessly, and I feel completely inspired and excited to draw. On those days, I lose track of time and everything just clicks. But there are also days when I stare at a blank screen and nothing comes. I used to get really frustrated with myself during those moments. I realized that the quiet days, the slow days, even the unproductive days are all part of the process. They give me space to breathe, to observe, and to live. And that living becomes the fuel for future inspiration. So, if you're in a season where you feel stuck or uninspired, don't be too hard on yourself. It's okay to step back, to rest, and to refill your creative cup. Sharing your story helps people connect. When I started opening up, talking about why I started this journey, the struggles I've faced, and my day-to-day really looks like, something shifted. People didn't just support my products anymore. They started to support me. They began to see the heart behind each bookmark, the sticker, and the packaging. And honestly, that kind of connection means more than just making a sale. Don't be afraid to show up as you are. Whether it's a quiet behind-the-scenes vlog, a caption about a tough day, or sharing your why, it helps others see the human behind the shop. And that's where the real magic happens. Doodle without rules to break creative blocks. Whenever I feel stuck or creatively blocked, I turn to mindless doodles. I don't worry about creating something perfect or having any specific agenda. I just start drawing simple shapes, letting my pencil take over. And I turn those shapes into cute and weird characters and let my imagination flow. The beauty of this is that it's stress-free. There's no pressure to create something amazing. These free-flowing, unstructured drawings help me break through the block and get back to creating with a fresh perspective. You'll wear all the hats. Running a small business means being a one-person team. Some days I'm the artist, happily sketching away. Other days I'm the packer, making sure every order is wrapped with care. Then I become the marketer, brainstorming captions and taking product photos. And when a message comes in, I'm customer service too. It's a lot to juggle. It can be overwhelming, especially when you're learning everything as you go, but it's also incredibly empowering. Don't overthink your drawing. I've learned that overthinking can be a creativity killer. When I first started drawing, I would spend so much time obsessing over the smallest details, and I'd get stuck in my head. But now, I've realized that sometimes the best way to make progress is to just draw without overanalyzing every line. I focus on enjoying the process rather than aiming for perfection. The more I let go of the pressure to create something perfect, the more freely my ideas flow. For example, the florals I drew without any sketch, no plans, and no references ended up being one of the most liked products in my shop. It was just pure joy in the simple act of drawing, and it turned out to be a hit. Sometimes, the most spontaneous and imperfect drawings ended up being my favorites, and my customers too. Don't compare your chapter 1 to someone else's chapter 10. As cliche as it sounds, this is something every artist has to go through and eventually overcome. Comparison is part of the journey, but it's not the destination. It's easy to fall into the comparison trap, especially when you scroll through social media and see other creators thriving. Their shops look polished, their packaging is perfect, and their sales numbers seem out of reach. Meanwhile, you're just figuring things out, making mistakes, and wondering if you'll ever get there. But what we don't see are the years of trial and error that led them to where they are. Every artist, maker, and small business owner started at the beginning, with doubts, learning curves, and messy first tries. You're not behind. You're just at a different chapter. And your chapter matters. Your growth, no matter how slow it feels, is still growth. Progress takes time, and it's okay to move at your own pace. Don't rush your story. Let it unfold in its own time. And last but not least, believe in yourself. This might be the simplest lesson, but it's also the most important. Believe in yourself, especially when things are quiet, when nothing seems to be working, or when you feel like giving up. You don't need everything to be perfect. You don't need to have it all figured out. You just need to keep going, step by step, day by day. There's something beautiful in choosing to believe, not because things are easy, but because something inside you knows this matters. You've already come so far. You've already done hard things. You are growing, even in the quiet. So keep showing up, keep creating, keep believing in your story, because it's one worth telling. And if you ever forget, come back to this moment. Let this be your reminder. You are capable, you are enough, and your dream is worth it.